Good afternoon. I'm back. It's November 29th. It's about 2:15 in the afternoon. And I'm back over at the Lost Fishermen's Memorial. To the right is the Coast Guard training base for the East Coast, and to the left is the marina. I wasn't very happy with the video that I posted last night. Turned out very dark and not a whole lot of interesting things to see, but I decided to post it and leave it up anyway because, for good or bad, that's what town looked like last night on a Saturday night. I did find out that the Christmas tree lighting and the rest of the lights in Rotary Park, where the rotunda was, that I commented, the lights were out. The lighting is next Saturday, December 5th. So I will take a ride over there next weekend when I'm back down. But I thought this would be a decent place to start because I concluded a video here about 2 weeks ago, and I find this a very peaceful place. As I mentioned, a good place to come and catch your thoughts. I think I'll just make this ride a relatively short ride back to the marina from this point. And this is my bike, if anybody's interested. It's a absolutely beautiful day in Cape May today. Hardly a cloud in the sky, and it's about 55, 56 degrees. And with the sun shining down, it feels much warmer than that. I think this video I'm going to ride back to the marina, but I'm taking a direct route back, not going back through town at all, because I want to show points of interest or things that might be of interest in case anybody comes across this video, and also, as I've said many times, to document for my own edification things that are interesting to me. And one of the things that we do with our grandchildren when they come down in the summertime is parasailing. And I guess I was going to say, in case anybody watching this is not aware of parasailing, it's hard not to be aware of it if you come to the beach, because you cannot miss those large yellow parachutes being pulled by a boat off the shore. But nevertheless, it's not the kind of thing that you would stumble across physically. You'd have to go find it. It's in Utsch Marina, And that's where I'm going to take this ride to. My grandkids love parasailing. I would say it's the one of the highlight activities when they're down here for a week. But it's not an inexpensive activity. It's $70, I think, per ticket. And when we go, we buy a ticket for my 2 grandkids and for my wife, who goes up with them. I stay on the boat, so we're buying 4 tickets, so it's $280 to do that. And I turned in, as you can see, into the lobster house. I'm not sure if there's another way to get to this, but this is the way that I have gone. And it looks like it's not going to work out. It looks like it's closed up for the year. But it's directly back through there. So it's a very enjoyable and actually very safe activity. They take you out into the ocean, or pretty much into the ocean, not so much into the bay, but they take you out, and then they ask people to sit on the back sort of deck of the boat, and they hook you up into a harness that you're actually sitting in, and the harness is attached to a rope or a rig that is attached to the parachute. And once everything's hooked up, they start letting the parachute out, and when it gets a certain level of resistance, they start letting the whole thing out, the whole rig, and it sort of just gently pulls you back off the boat and takes you up to, and they take the sailors up to about 500 feet in elevation, and they just go off the coast, and it's very gentle, very safe. It's the kids were frightened at first, but once they did it once and saw it was much less volatile than even a roller coaster ride, they love it. And when they bring you in, they start reeling you in, and as they bring you down, they ask you if you want to. They will let you dip into the water, or at least dip your legs into the water. They take you down into the water to the point where your legs are submerged and the water's up to your waist, but then they will accelerate and it pulls you back out of the water, so you get a little dip up to your waist in the water if you want. If you don't want that, they bring you right back onto the boat, but they just reel you in, and it's all very gentle, and it brings you back onto the back deck of the boat. So this is where you come if you are interested in doing that. It's right off of the Lobster House parking lot through that gate. I mentioned last night about Congress Hall shutting down for 11 weeks, and as a result of COVID, and I think I'm not sure that people realize how bad the COVID infections are in the state of New Jersey. New Jersey, now this is not Cape May County and not Cape May City, but the state of New Jersey, as of this morning, has the highest fatality rate per capita of any state in the United States. exceeding even New York by a fairly healthy margin. I think in New Jersey, the fatality rate is about about 1,920 or 1,930 deaths per million, and that places it over 200 deaths per million of population above New York State, which I think a lot of people think is probably, that has the highest, but actually New Jersey has the highest fatality. And actually, I looked, if you were to look at New Jersey as a state and looked at the fatality rate of COVID on a per capita basis, if New Jersey was a country, it would have the highest fatality rate in the world. If you look at any of the sites like Worldometer or, basically Worldometer, you would see that Belgium has the highest fatality rate per capita in the world. And New Jersey would exceed that by a healthy margin if New Jersey itself was a state. And New Jersey, in terms of population and area, in miles, is not too dissimilar to the country of Belgium. But I think one of the main reasons why New Jersey has such a high fatality rate is it ranks number 1 in the United States in population density. New York State, by comparison, ranks number 4 in the United States in terms of population density. And New Jersey has considerably higher density than does Belgium. So I think that high density is a significant contributing factor to the very high per capita fatality rate for coronavirus in the state of New Jersey. Now again, that's probably driven more in the northern part of the state than the southern part where I'm filming from. Cape May County hasn't been hit too bad, but the restrictions from the governor apply to the entire state. So many of these restrictions have been applicable to businesses in Cape May. And I'm going back to North Cape May I crossed the bridge leaving Cape May at the foot of the Garden State Parkway. I did not cross the West Cape May Canal Bridge. But the businesses down here, as I've mentioned many times, have been incredibly resilient. And just to refer back to Congress Hall, they have a really nice winter wonderland set up outside, for kids. And they actually set up actually pretty interesting looking things. They're winter igloos that they set up on their lawn, and the name is very apropos. It looks like an igloo from afar, not completely opaque, but it's everything you would think of as an igloo, and they put a table in there and they seat parties of 8 for dinner, so you can sit in these self-enclosed, safe igloos. So this didn't turn out the way I had hoped, because I had hoped to be able to drive right up to the East Coast Parasailing sort of dock and show that, but as you can see on the video, it was fenced off because they're closed for the season. So I think I'll pull over and end this video, and maybe while I'm out, think about taking another ride. And if it seems interesting, I'll video it. But that's it for this video. I think I'll pull over and conclude this video right now. So thanks for watching, and if nothing else, I hope seeing the scene at the Lost Fisherman's Memorial was worth the look. Take care.